Hey everybody, Fox Rose here. Today I wanted to do something a bit different since I mentioned we were going to be going more towards card-based content for a while at least. And today I wanted to show off my fun, not fully optimized BLACKWAR Greymon deck. So this is based off of BT8 BLACKWAR Greymon, and it's my own design. First off, the eggs. We run 3 copies of BT5 Coromon. Basically, if you have Greymon or Omnimon in your name, you draw 1 when you attack. And then, of course, BT9 Coromon has a 2 of. While this Digimon has Agumon or Greymon in its name, you gain 1000 power on your turn. Very nice. Both are very fun cards to work with. Next, I will just lay them all out and make it easier for everyone to see. We run 1 starter deck 1 Agumon, 1 starter deck 7 Agumon. One of them is just for the flat 1000 your turn, and one is for the when it's attacking a player, plus 2000. Basically fill-ins for the promo. 4 of the BT8 Agumon Black, which lets you search for a Greymon or Dragonkin on play. 3 of the X Antibody Agumon, which plays off of the regular, doing the same thing on play or when digivolving. And it lets you search out Greymon and Omnimon and an X Antibody. You draw either Greymon or Omnimon, not both. And then, of course, because we do run a little bit of black fun, 4 of for Tapermon. It's basically for if you want to get dual color Mons out on the field, it gets another 1000 power. And since we're running BLACKWAR Greymon, it's a very good card to have in the deck. Helps give that consistency for power, and just helps give some fun. On to the champions, we run 2. Starter deck 1 Greymon. Even if you're a casual player, you know what this does. It just gives security +1. It's a great card. Next up, we run 2 BT8 Cyclone Mon. They're both red and black. And when when attacking, you delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 2000 power or less. Basically, Searcher Killer. Not much else, unless you're playing somehow with DP reduction involved, which black and red don't typically do. Next, you've got Greymon from BT8. This one, if you have a red Digimon in play, gives you blocker on your opponent's turn. Great card. Kind of needed for the deck, which kind of sucks, but that's just how it goes. And of course, because you're running a Greymon package, you gotta have Greymon X Antibody. This saves you so much if you get the stack right, because it's basically the Machine Dramon effect, parts maintained, but on a Greymon, so Omnimon gets even better. And then 3 copies of Monochromon from BT9. This one just helps you with blocking, really all it's meant to do. That, or it's a midway point. Otherwise, you don't really care about it. Next, of course, for the level 5s, you run 3 of the Metal Greymon that everyone loves to pieces, because the Digivolving is strong, plus you can delete a Mon with 3000 power or less. Again, Searcher, Killer, and then the Inherited, being able to swing on to unsuspended Mons, great. Amazing if you can get that on multiple stacks, by the way. Absolutely amazing if you can. Next, 3 copies of BT9 Megadramon. This one Digivolving lets you delete one of your opponent's 3-cost Digimon or Tamers. So, until BT5 comes around, still very... not BT5, BT11 comes around, this is still a very strong card. It does lose a little bit of its strength once Mireille comes into the picture, because, you know, Mireille's 5 cost. But otherwise, most Tamers are going to die to it anyway. And then being able to get that deletion effect on a swing instead of just being on the field, even better. And then the last level 5 for the moment, 2 copies of Starter Deck 12 Volcanomon. It's black-red, blocker. It's an 8 drop, so that's a bit costly for a blocker, but still 9k blocker, so pretty strong there. And, of course, security attack +1, the only reason you run it, really. Then the level 6s, the top end that everyone worries about, and I'll throw the level 7s in. That is a fun little thing. So first off, starter deck 1 Greymon. For every 2 sources, you get security stack +1. It's basically in the event that you only get the red stack going, which isn't an amazing play for this deck, but it's an option to have and works wondrously. And of course, 3 BLACKWAR Greymon, because BLACKWAR Greymon. Red or black sources, you delete Mons or Tamers that add up to 6 cost, and then whenever a Mon is deleted on all turns, once per turn, you can unsuspend. No brainer of a card. Then GAIO being a straight upgrade for it, even better, because it gets security stack +1. It can digivolve off of BLACKWAR Greymon for 2. It gets reboot. It still gets de-digivolve for some reason, and the fact that it can get blitz, even better. Just makes the card very valuable for the deck. And then, of course, the level 7s. A lot of people love to run this now. 2 copies of ST13's Boss Monster Ragnalord. The DNA Digivolve of the stack effect is why you run this, because it's so generic it doesn't require you to worry about specific cards, and that's beautiful in the formats we're going to be going to forwards. What I mean by forwards, so this is being recorded on 10/29/2022, when the most recent restriction list just got hit, and I feel like Ragnalord, and by extension other black-red cards, are going to have more time to shine, not just BLACKWAR Greymon. So, on one hand, I'm upset that BLACKWAR Greymon's not going to be as prominent as it was. On the other hand, still a very strong card, can't deny it, love it to pieces. Next, we have Tamers, because you don't really run options in this version of the deck, at least in mine. So, of course, go with the main bread and butter ones first. We run 4 Maki. Reason being able to search out a Dual Color and a Tamer, 2 targets on play. Always a great option to have. And then reducing the evolution cost of a Dual Color by 1. Powerful, especially in the deck you run. And where the progenitor of the idea came from, 2 Nokias, because it's the same thing just for Agumon and Greymon, Agumon and Gabumon lines, which for this version works for the Greymons in the deck and lets you play a Agumon from your hand for free. So that's why you run Nokia. And then the one-ofs, we run one of these BT1 tie because, getting a free security check +1 is great. And then Hero being able to boost our level 5s and up with another 2,000 power. Plus the both of them being memory setters, even better. You don't have to run the ratios I run, obviously, because this is just a fun version of the game, of the deck profile, not a competitive one. You can always alter it to match your needs, but this is what I personally like, and this is what works best for me. People might be wondering, hey Fox, this is your first deck profile video. Why'd you want to go with BLACKWAR Greymon? Simple. I was always a fan of BLACKWAR Greymon in the anime, and as far as my cards go as a collector, having just this ominous presence that is BLACKWAR Greymon as a card is just beautiful. BLACKWAR Greymon himself was always a very strong contender for one of my favorite Digimon back in the day. More so for his Adventure 2 role than anything. If you took him out of the Adventure 2 role, I don't feel like I'd be as fondly of the character. But beyond that, amazing design, great power, and in the card game, works very well, especially with how he was portrayed to be in the show. And honestly, can't complain. If I had to complain about the deck, because I'm not running promos, obviously there are better options you can go with, but it's because I only work minimum wage, and I do not have the cash to play set promos as of right now. I will down the line once holiday season gets closer and closer to a close, but for now, gotta work with what you got. And also, if anyone's wondering why 2 Ragnalord instead of like anything else, simple. I don't have Death X. For the same reason I don't have playsets of promos. Death X is stupid expensive as of right now, and if you want something strong, even against Death X, I recommend Ragnalord. It's not gonna kill Death X by any means, not unless you can get the DNA Digivolve off, but it's still nice to have in the deck regardless. So yeah, first deck profile. Hope everyone enjoyed the deck list, and honestly, this felt very fun to do. I didn't think I'd actually have fun doing deck lists in any sort of way, shape, or form, but honestly, just being able to be like, hey, this is why I run this, or hey, this is why I run this, like, it feels great. And I see why people do these now. Not only is it informative, it's also fun. Maybe I'll do one for one of my other decks that I've really enjoyed in the future. Let me know in the comments below if you want to see that, but for now, thank you all so much for watching today's video. If you liked the video, hit the like button, comment in the comment section with all your tips, tricks, and all that shite. Subscribe if you're new, favorite the video if you want, but who the hell favorites videos these days? Make sure to hit that notification bell so you know when I go live, or any sort of videos go live as well. And last but not least, thank you all so much for a lovely return to YouTube. The update video had a wondrous reception to it, and I can't thank you all enough. You're all amazing. I love you all. And hopefully the card game stuff is where we move forwards in the future. I'd love to do more of this, especially with this fun playmat that I received from a certain playmat printing service. I will not say which one at the moment, but the artwork was done by a very close friend of mine who I hope to get on the channel at some point in the future. They've done some amazing work for me, and I want to promote them, so when they make a safe for work Twitter, I will send the link to this video's description or a pinned comment for everyone to go and follow them. They do amazing artwork. They're very well priced, and I want to give my friends some support, so I hope you do the same. Thank you all so much for watching today's video, and as always, rock and roll, dudes and vixens!